How's it going, YouTube fam? I'm doing this video live from my garage. Well, actually not live, scratch that. But I'm doing it from my garage. And this video is for the viewers. I get asked this a lot, actually. You'd be surprised. A lot of people ask me how they can prepare themselves for the inspection of their JDM vehicle that they're importing. Now, I reside in Alberta, Canada, so my rules will be different than yours. Maybe they're the same, maybe they're close to being the same, but at least it gives you a really good foundation of what to prepare for and how you can prepare for your inspection wherever you are. So let's go ahead. Now, the first three things that I like to tell people is you want your daytime running lights, you want your horn, and you want all of your lights to be working. Your radio doesn't have to be working, but mine is, so that's a bonus. All right, so what do I mean by DRLs? Well, when your ignition is on, your lights have to turn on somewhere. Now, this is a stipulation where I live. I'm going to guess it's the same where you live because it makes sense in my opinion. So if you do not have daytime running lights, which the majority of my JDMs have not been, and I've imported probably 20 to 30 of these cars and probably owned 50 right-hand drive vehicles, is don't even take it into inspection if you don't have daytime running lights, because it'll probably fail. And how you hook it up, it's gonna be different for every car, but you can buy a daytime running light module, and they're pretty simple to set up. The STI was more of one of the trickier ones because it has HIDs from factory. But we did manage to still, so there's the relay for the daytime running lights. Now I took it out. I could plug it in at any time and have daytime running lights. I took it out because we hooked up the daytime running lights to my marker lights here, and one of the marker lights burnt out. So instead of running it all the time, I took it out. Once I replace it, I'll put it back in. With that being said, you want all of your lights to work. If one of the bulbs is out, they will just fail it, from my experience. So instead of you bringing it home, switching your bulbs out, taking it back, here you have 2 weeks to do that, I believe 14 days, 10 days maybe. But anyway, save yourself the time. Get the daytime running lights in, get your lights working. And on top of that, I'm just gonna slip this in there because I don't really consider it as a major one, is that these cars from factory versus our USDM ones don't have reflectors in the light. So if you recall, a USDM STI will have an orange reflector here, and that's how you can tell apart a USDM headlight versus a JDM. So some shops are very stingy on this. You got to adhere a orange, amber, reflective piece to the vehicle. So what I did for my inspection is I got this 3M tape from Amazon. Maybe I'll put a little screenshot in for you guys. And I just taped it to my light, and that was fine here. So you got to do it to the front and the back if the backs doesn't have it. But I think in the STI, I don't remember doing it, but in the STI, the tail light wraps around the body. So this technically counts as that. So make sure that daytime running lights, all your bulbs, and the horn works. Those are major ones and should be done right off the top. All right, moving on to category 2. Category 2 is another common one. I've had to do this on most of my JDMs. Evo 6, this, what else? My Gloria, 300ZX, just pretty much all of them, to be honest. A lot of my Supras, I need to do this, and that is brakes. So, if you can tell from the pictures how the brakes are, or get a report, I was able to get a report from the dealer saying that the brakes were not done and they probably will need to be done. So right then and there, I ordered brakes for this thing. And sure enough, as soon as this thing came in, and I could also tell from the pictures, is that my rear rotors were just full of rust. Not full, but they had a couple rings around it, right? That's not good. So obviously they could still be within spec, but you never want to chance it. So I knowingly, from experience, that brakes are usually something that fails, and it's something for the shop easy, an easy fail, because shops here are very stringent because they have heavy regulations. So if anything is very close without being in spec, they might fail it. I don't know. I have had bad experiences in the past. So what I like to do when I get a JDM, see if the brakes have been recently done. If they haven't, try to check the pictures. If they don't look new, prepare to get some brakes. Like I said, the majority of my right-hand drives, I have had to do the brakes. All right, category 3. Tires. Tires are another big one. A lot of the tires from Japan, when they get over here, they're either really aged, weather cracked, or they're not DOT approved. Now, I've had vehicles that the tires were both. They were aged and they were not DOT, and they've passed. Some shops, in my experience, don't pay a lot of attention to that. Some do. It all depends on the shop. But again, if you're preparing to pass your inspection, make sure that the tires are relatively new. They're not stale dated and they're not weathered. And most of all, make sure they say DOT on them, because here they're pretty stringent on that. So when my car came here, I had to get brand new tires all around. As you can see on my summer tires up there, they're all brand new rubber. And that was because the old tires on it were not DOT stamped. So I just wanted to make sure that, you know, everything was with the STI was good to go. So tires. All right, hopefully everyone can hear me because my furnace is going now. But on to category 4. Category 4, I'm going to clump two things together, and that's major engine oil leaks and bushings. It seems that simple bushings, like sway bar bushings, are something that are very easily identifiable. If they're bad, you can hear them too. So if you get a car and you're going over some speed bumps and you can hear it clunking, think to yourself, this probably won't pass inspection, because they're going to be able to hear it as they're driving it up the ramp, that type of thing. So if you have a bushing that you can hear as soon as you get the vehicle, just change it out, try to track it down, try to change it, and get it done before inspection. Now with the engine oil leaks, try to figure that out before it gets here. And if you know it has a significant leak, try to track down the parts, know where it's coming from, try to get information before it gets to your motherland, Canada, US, whatever it may be, and be ready to fix it when it gets here, because major engine, transmission, diff leaks, they'll probably fail. So you're gonna wanna get that fixed as soon as the car lands, or even before. My Pajero, when it came here, it wasn't done by me, but the guy who did it before me actually had hookups in Japan, knew somebody, and they got it up on a hoist in a shop, and they were able to identify certain things with it, and they fixed it right there before it came over. So that's the best situation you could be in. But category 4 is major engine oil leaks and bushings. That's the gist. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know a lot of the things I mentioned are kind of common sense, very simple things to do, some of them, but at the end of the day, you want to get that inspection slip that says pass on it, right? And some of these things people totally forget about, they don't think about, or, you know, drive into the thing, you know, you're like, oh, I didn't even check if my brake lights work. That's happened to me. So this video is just trying to help you guys before you get the fail. Once you get your car landed, go through a very simple list, just like I mentioned in the video. Make sure everything is tight, make sure everything is sturdy, make sure all the lights work, make sure you have daytime running lights, make sure there's no major oil leaks, make sure the horn works. They're all very simple things, but they are very, very, very good preparation for that pass stamp on your inspection. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, peace everybody.